Okay, hello and welcome everybody. This is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and this is our weekly virtual Commanding Will Circle, where this is our time to come together and just take a break from our week and receive some energy and give out some good energy and be around people that are supporting you in your hopes, wishes, and desires. We may never actually meet each other in person, but you will know that because you're part of this little circle, that there's someone that's holding a thought for you, that there was something that was shared or said, and that can kind of carry you through a tough week. And I wanted to let you guys know that you're carrying me through a really challenging time, and I'll share a little bit about that, but this isn't about me. But I do feel like when you're with a group, I think authenticity and transparency is important, and especially all the things that I talk about, and all everything that I believe and teach is being challenged in this last couple of weeks as we're going through this the process of getting our house ready to sell, and a house full of ADHD people, which I'm one of. And so, if you can imagine, our house is pretty stuffed with stuff. We struggle with order, honestly, and we get it orderly, and then it's not. So, there's some things that had gotten kind of put away and stuffed down, like physically, that are bringing up the emotions that weren't dealt with at the time. And this is what's happening here. And so we've just got some stuff going on. And I'm having to have, these conversations as mom, right? But also I'm grandmother in the house. And my daughter is, I'm living with her family. Um, I have to like not be Coach Kathryn, but I've got to move everybody through this and keep myself through it. Who's the healers and teachers on the call? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they go, yeah, we know. We know. So it's been a really interesting week. And I got to have a conversation with my daughter because there's some family stuff going on, and there's causing a little conflict. I just want to explain this. In case you're going, what's with Kathryn's energy or something? And my daughter was venting to me and was very upset. I'm wanting to talk her through it, and I'm like, okay, I got to be mom. I got to listen, but also she's asking me for some wisdom and that type of stuff. And then she, we came back and I said, listen, you need to understand that this family stuff, I understand your feelings and what you're going through, and I do believe there's a lot you're right about. But this is tremendously hard for me. This brings up a lot for me. And there's a lot that I've already worked through. And I'm not going to give up my healing on this situation because you're having a conflict with a family member who was someone who was really challenging to me. I can't really say too much, but they were really challenging to me. But I really got to have some growth and healing, and there's been a lot of healing in our relationship. Well, my daughter's going through her growth and her healing with this same person, right? And so, I had to say, look, I'm not going to give up my healing. I love you. I support you. I am on your side, but you need to have empathy for me and what I'm going through. If I'm trying to talk with you about it, I'm not choosing a side. So we're having those kind of conversations, and I'm having to explain where I'm coming from. And then the other day I said, you're forgetting, if we were on the Star Trek Enterprise, you've got you've got Deanna Troy here, who we go, what are they thinking? What are they feeling? What is their motivation? I can read that and feel that, and I'm giving you that information so you can take the best, course of action. She went, I get it. I get it now. Thanks, Mom. But one of the big things was that I finally got to talk to my daughter about. And I said, this is challenging because I don't want to be a hypocrite. Because what I believe and teach every day, and we literally just had this happen last week, where I was taking the group through the master in me greets the master in you. And in this space, let there only be love between us. And if you're in my class, speaking to the audience, not to my daughter, I introduced this concept, and we're taught this like in yoga and a lot of spiritual traditions, but also the way we'll operate in the world. If you think about like you're in traffic and somebody cuts you off and you get mad and you're like, oh no, this isn't happening. And suddenly you're in that energy and you're in that space, like, I'm just going to get around you. How dare you cut me off? Which you don't know what was going on with them. We just assume the worst, right? But what we'll do is, like, if it's us doing it, we have a perfectly good reason. We wouldn't normally do this, but we felt like we had to do it, right? It wasn't about our character, it was about the choices. But a lot of times what will happen when there's other people and like in their that cutoff situation and we go a-hole, right? And you're like going a-hole, well, they may have a perfectly good reason for what they're doing and they weren't thinking about you, right? And so in that morning when you're going in that moment, if you're in traffic or someone's, takes your parking space, or the grocery store, someone bumps your cart or whatever, in that moment, if you're meeting that energy, you're not the master and you're meeting the master in them. You're like, hey buddy, the a-hole in me greets the a-hole in you. Are we playing this game? Okay. And if you are, be honest that that's the game you're playing. And at any moment, if you go, wait a minute, am I going to get what I really want here? Or am I just going to like get the pleasure of this game? Right. And so I had to explain to my daughter, listen, I believe it. I teach it. I really like, if there's anything going with you in the family, my friends, my clients, when I want to manifest my new clients and I go, what's going on here? I consciously align to the master in me and that person, even if I'm really angry with them, even if I feel like I'm right and I'm justified. And most people go, look, I know that's possible. I know, but I don't want to have a relationship with them. I just want them to disappear, right? And if you've ever said that, I'm not judging you. There's no judgment because you're telling the truth, right? And that's called resistance. And you have the right to have that feeling and act that way. But you also have to ask yourself, is it going to give you what you truly want? Because what happens is you are lowering your vibration to meet them here instead of holding yourself in a higher vibration to get what it is that you truly want, to be the truth of who you are. And what will happen is whoever this is that you're in conflict with, they will either rise up to meet you and the situation will change. And I have this happen all the time with my clients. I have so many miracle stories. Or they simply go away. They just are not going to meet you there and they move on. And it's like always the miracle, like the problem solves itself. But you have no control over them and what their motivation is. You have to be true, in tune with and true to yourself and your own motivations, right? You got to tell the truth about that. And so I got to have that conversation and it would be fun. Believe me, I grew up in an area called Pleasant Grove, and which was working poor, working class, we're kind of working poor. And what lifted us out of poverty was my dad got into the grocery business and started with little convenience stores and grew from there. But that we were called Grove Rats, okay? And there's this little scrappy part of me that always wants to show up. Okay. There's the arrogant part of me. I always know what programs up because, like, if I'm suddenly craving a cigarette, I'm my mom. I know that's my mom's program. If I wanna have a whiskey neat, I know that's my dad. And then I start cussing more and everything. And so I have to understand that old programs, patterns of behavior, we are meeting those continually. And it's what's been impressed on us and trained into us. And so this is a process of coming into awareness, number one, and number two, coming into a new decision. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I felt like I needed to share this with you. And so for me personally, every day I'm coming into, I have to, and sometimes several times a day, right? I'm having to come into a new decision and holding the vision for my family, but also for myself, because this is also a super busy time for me business wise. This is a super busy time just personally. If the life we weren't doing all this other stuff, it would be a busy time. So I have to keep coming to a new decision. But what we're doing here, what I'm wanting to impress upon you and share with you through the teachings here, is that once you make that core decision that I'm going to live from my mastery, I'm going to trust that. I'm going to have faith in that, which trust is evidence and faith is no evidence, but it's a decision support, right, that's supported, right? And you go, I'm making a decision and I can trust in it because I have evidence, right? So my decision supported by evidence. I'm going to make this decision and this decision supported by faith, even though I have not, don't have evidence yet. I'm going to choose to believe it and act accordingly. And so this is really what we're talking about every week when we go, the master in me creates the master in you, and the space between this, let there only be love. When we're doing this in the circle, we go, here's this problem that feels too big, and here's the solution, right? Actually, there's a problem too big, and here's the solution. So between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. That's what we're doing. When we're learning how to stop and breathe in, we're creating safety for ourselves. We're allowing that energy that's running that gets blocked by our programming, right? And our neurology gets all set up and that supports the programming. And we actually get afraid to change everything when we breathe in and create that space. And we're just aware, right? We have our awareness, make a new decision. Then that allows your own greater capacity, that allows that greater potential to come in and exist. And so what we're doing in the circle, thank you for letting me go all the way around my elbow to get to my thumb here, is you have made a decision that you want to consciously create a life, and you want to live a life that you love and that you're proud of, and that makes a difference. And you want to do it in a way that your physical needs can get met. Right? Is that fair? Is that true? You are not asking for too much. If you have anything less than that, it's just your conditioning. And if it feels like it's impossible or you're not acting accordingly, and somehow that goal keeps moving away, that's only your resistance. And it's okay because you're doing what you're able to at the level you're able to. This is to reaffirm your decision to create the life that you want, need, and deserve in order to be fulfilled. And I'm here to be your witness, and everybody here wants this for themselves. But what I love about this group, they want it for each other just as much. And so I just want to say thank you so much, one, for letting me dump all that on you, but hopefully it was a teachable moment. You could explain how I think and how I deal with it, what my intention is, and what we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much. I want to check in with everybody. We're going to do this just a little different. You know, here I get this little teachable moment. I'm going to, let me see. It's sharing now? Let me see. Now I'm going to pause the share. Okay. I want to do a little check-in today. Got a nice sized group. There's just 9 of us today, so we can actually have a little bit of sharing and checking in. I'd like to have a chance, because I always get on and I just feel like I just talk, and then we go through the process, and then like, did you like it? And everybody's like, yeah, that was great. That was great. But I want to tune in because I really want to get a sense of have everybody get a sense of who you are and kind of where you are in the world. So I'm going to just ask everybody to say, hi, I'm so-and-so, and where you're from. And I'd like to know what you're commanding for today. Okay. Fiorenza, you were first. I'm going to go with you, and then I'm going to go with Sharon, and then Sandra, and then I'll keep moving on down. Hey, I'm happy to see Cassandra and Remy and Emily, Sherlinda. So, Fiorenza, how are you? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Sherlinda's saying that her audio is not working, so we will skip her. So, introduce yourself to the group and let them know where you're from.
Well, I'm Fiora and I'm from Italy. And I'm very happy to be here because I've been doing this. I discovered the one command years ago, and I did it for quite a while and then kind of let it go. And it was, I'm a therapist, and I usually do it instead of doing it for other, the main reason for which I've been doing it up to now was because I found it very useful before doing a session, feeling if I didn't have a clue of how the session should go or what to do, I would just do it, and then the session somehow went on its own.
Yeah,
But it's a bit of it's not much of a use of this tool to just engage with that.
yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. And also, I had never participated. I mean, I had bought the book and all, but it makes a huge difference to be in a group, to
Mm-hmm.
hear people speaking, and to have you kind of carrying it, giving it a direction of sorts. And I found that the direction that I had, be that I had it wrong or what, but somehow
Mm-hmm.
you nurtured it more. And I wrote something which to me was pivotal last week. I'm almost embarrassed in saying it as I am many a time nowadays, because it's very interesting, this thing, really very interesting, and it has made a change. I had this thing. I knew that it was called the one command, but somehow I did not tune into this term. And to me,
Oh,
it was the one request, not a
oh,
command.
okay.
Yeah, and that is pivotal.
Yeah,
It
absolutely
is a
different.
huge difference. And I met on this, it was 1 or 2 days ago, that there was stuff going on through my mind, and I was complaining uh, in a voice about stuff that had not been resolved, and I couldn't get this and I couldn't get that. And I suddenly found myself saying, yes, but it's because I just have this ingrained belief that anyway I won't get it.
Yep,
This, mind you, was a sentence that came up in my mind some 25 years ago, during, the middle of the night when you suddenly have something come up. And it
yep,
was this dreadful sentence that came up, anyway, I won't get it. And it struck me the other day that I've been living all my life with this belief
yep,
that whatever I do, whatever I engage in, however much I put into it, anyway, I won't get it.
yep,
But getting it because you've prayed for it or getting it because you've commanded it is slightly different.
yep. That it's, hey, if you're, that's kind of the thing with the law of attraction, or when even what we talk with
Exactly.
prayer, it's like how good I am, how pure my beliefs are, how pure
Exactly.
my motives are,
Exactly.
then someone outside of me, God, the
Yeah.
universe, will
Yeah.
grant it to me because I've proven I'm worthy enough.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of unworthy people getting exactly what they want because they understand their authority, right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so when you realize that, you would immediately meet it with, I don't know how, I know and trust that I get exactly what I truly want. And then whatever thought comes up, you just keep meeting it with the one command, because that's how the reprogramming starts.
Well, what came to me after this realization was that the sentence that came after it, the command that came after it was, ah, that I'm going to reclaim my life.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, it's so huge as a, yeah, it only took something like 25 odd years, plus my actual age. So it's absolutely pivotal, really, is an understatement.
Um, I'll
So
share a
lots of
little fun
gratitude for
exercise.
this.
Oh, thank you. That's huge. A fun little exercise is like when you realize you've had that belief or program for all these years, and you might kind of calculate how much has that actually cost me money wise, right? You could look at your relationships, like where you could be, and you go, I should be having $1 million practice. You can command for the restoration of that $1 million that's rightfully yours.
Wow.
Because there's no
Thank
such thing as
you.
loss in the universe.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you can command for signs and different things and go, hey, I want to, like, there's always so many stories around this. But I did put that challenge out to someone and I said, how much do you think that you've lost? I said, well, I don't know how much, I can't calculate, but I know I should be making this amount of money per year. And, because she kept getting up to a certain amount and she'd lose it. She'd get a certain amount and she'd lose it. Like just it
Yeah.
would all just get wiped out. And so she wanted that money back and then to be able to double it, I think, because she figured she would have at least gotten that much back if she'd invested it. I checked back with her 6 months ago, and it was about $50,000 that had originally been lost. She had already made $150,000 and had another 50,000 in the pipeline right then. And she said, literally, I cut out most of my business. I narrowed what I wanted to do, and I'm making more money. I don't even know where the money's coming from. So
My
get
God.
a number. Jack, and it was from Jack Canfield that gave me that idea because when he was first learning about law of attraction, that you may have heard the story where he said, "Hey, write $100,000 check to yourself. That way, you know it came from the universe." And that was the year he sold um, uh, Chicken Soup for the Soul, and he got his first check, and it was like $999,750,000. But he still
My
counted it.
God.
So
How,
that's where I got that idea from. Okay,
that's fabulous. Thank you.
I
Listen,
know.
it's, this, no, this thing of restoration is just, I mean, how would you apply that to your love life or to my non-love
Well,
love
you wouldn't
life?
necessarily maybe get that one back, but all the law of attraction people love calling back your soulmate. But if you still want love, there's love there's that true love that's yours. It's available now, and we have it assigned to a particular person. But there may be love. You still want love in a relationship. You can call that in because there's someone that has their heart in their hands and wants to give it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks very much. Thank you,
Thank
thank you,
you.
thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Um, hey Sandy, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, and then I'll go to Sharon. Let's see.
Um, okay, I guess I
Introduce
don't know
yourself.
what,
Yeah, and where
okay,
you're from and what you're commanding for.
okay, Sandra, I live in Michigan, Detroit area, and I quite don't know what I'm commanding for today. It's, uh, I was reading something, it's like, when I get that, what do you want? And it's like, but it's like, if I could sit down and make a wish list, I think it'd be easier to decide what it is.
Okay.
Um,
Um, I left my magic wand in the other room, but I'm going to use my pencil. And so if we had a realistic magic wand and you could wave it,
uh-huh.
what would you like? I'm going to wave it for you. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Actually, um, I guess the good thing is I don't have anything really pressing on
Mhm.
me. And sometimes I think that that's, like, oh, if you get that pain in your knee, or if you got, that thing that's going wrong, and it's like, I don't have anything like that.
Um, I want to pipe up here. Of course, I always do. You always
Okay.
think about what's wrong that you want to fix, but
Yeah.
I have a feeling that you've been home a lot and you're not quite having the fun and adventure that you normally like to have, that you've been
Uh-huh.
playing it a little close, and maybe that you'd like to manifest some more fun and
Ah,
adventure.
yeah. Yeah, I guess because I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't things I'd like to, of course, everybody wants more money. And I'd like to get the bills, but things paid off
Mhm.
and things like that. But it's not like, oh boy, if I don't have that money by Tuesday, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
It's not,
Well, that's
yeah.
okay. You're lucky that
Uh-huh.
you don't have the desperation, like you are
Yeah.
blessed. And wouldn't it be nice to not have to worry about bills being paid off?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's just command for your debt to be eliminated.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
We're going to go with something. So I don't know how
Okay.
my debt is eliminated. I only know I am financially free now. Okay.
And financially,
Free.
okay. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
I
great?
like the thing that you said eliminated.
Yeah. I don't know how my debt is eliminated. Well, because once I don't have that debt, then I'm free too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know how. And you could even say, I don't know how my debt is eliminated. I only know I'm debt free now. And I
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
breathe into that because you literally don't know right now how that can happen, right?
Right.
Look at
Right.
me waving. I'm waving. The energy's moving, baby. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna pop it. Okay, make it so. I just saw Cinderella this weekend at the Backdoor Theater, and it was high school and middle school teachers. So we still got the bippity boppity boo thing happening.
Uh-huh.
But thank you for sharing, and thanks for being part of the group.
Oh yeah, I really look forward to it. I always hear something, especially right now what Florenza was saying about um that was big for me. It's like anyway, I won't get it.
Yeah,
That's that really went ding ding ding.
yeah,
Oh, I did want to bring up one other thing. It's like I got something in the mail from some car dealership, tear off the thing and match the numbers and blah blah blah. And it's
yeah,
like, oh, you would have won a TV, but it says, but then in the print below it says, oh, but you have to go in the dealership to see what you really got.
yeah,
So that's where the I don't know how, and that's where there's kind of like a belief thing going, like, oh, is it really mine? And the other thing is like how not to fall for a scam.
yeah. Well, you were smart enough to recognize it to begin with. So
Uh-huh.
it could be, well, the universe must wants to give me a TV. I refuse
Okay.
to accept it from these people. I will receive it from an ethical source.
Okay. Yeah, because that's where like I get this brain thing. It's like, is it really law of attraction? Is it really thing? Or is like, oh yeah, no, this is a
No,
scam.
it's a sign. Treat it as a sign. We'll go, well, thank you, universe. I see you want to give me a TV. I really don't want to come to me that way. So I prefer that it get gifted to me or I get extra credit or points. Thank you. Because you can let the universe know how you want to receive it.
Okay. Because then part of me was going, well, maybe you should have checked it out. Maybe the universe is trying to give it to you, and you just keep saying no.
No,
That doesn't take
it's
me
a
out
bait
of the
and
back
switch. It always is, and they
door.
kill your time, and it's
Uh-huh.
not worth it. Your life experience will tell you that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
everybody who's ever gone to go see timeshare knows. Hey, well, at least I'll go walk away with my trips to Las Vegas. No, you won't.
Yeah, exactly.
They change it out. All right,
Thank
honey.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Um, so Sharon has, I'm looking here because she said that her audio is not working and neither is Sherlinda's. She's commanding for high vibes, locating a home that suits me just fine. It feels right, has a beautiful outlook that lifts my soul, has a not, yeah. So I got that. You got it exactly right. So I don't know how I have the perfect home that has come to me in the perfect way. I only know I do now, and I am fulfilled. Oh, increased intuition would be great too. So, and then that would be your second command. So I don't know how my intuition is guiding me to my perfect home, right? But also remember you've got your reticular activating system. So you might go, okay, that's what I'm looking for. Get on the job. You can speak directly to your brain. Okay. All right. I'm checking to see what Charlinda's commanding for. Cassandra, can you talk? Cassandra? Let's see. She's works from home. She might not be able to. You know, I realized how long it's been since I've actually taught a live class, and I was talking to my daughter the other day, and I said because physically I haven't really been able to think, you know, I haven't been in a space where I think I could like hold a 3 day seminar, but I miss it. And I talked to my daughter because I'm about to go through some weight loss surgery. I'm doing the bariatric probably before the end of summer. And I was just like needing reassurance. I said, do you think if I lose that 100 pounds, I'd be able to go ahead and start teaching? She said, oh my God, Mom, you're going to feel so good. Just, of course, she said, I know how much you miss it. So that is literally on my board. I miss being knee to knee and teaching the classes. Cassandra and we'll have a lot of folks who have been in the live class, and I am hoping to be able to start teaching those at least by 2025. So Sandra was there, and I was talking over her. Um, let's see. I'm going to move on, Cassandra, but when I see you, I'll jump back to you. Charlinda says she wanted command to about for receiving to match my ask. I command for my receiving to match my ask. Oh, you want to get what you ask for, right? So if you ask for 100,000, you don't want to get 50 and go, see, aren't you lucky? Aren't you a good girl? I gave you half of what you wanted. Settle for it. Be grateful. Who are you to ask for all that? Yeah, our programming is up when we ask. So it would be, I don't know how I'm confidently, I don't know how, as I confidently make my command and whatever it is for, I don't know how, as I confidently make my command for, let's say $100,000, I am more than confident I will receive it. I only know it so now, and I am fulfilled. Sherry's saying relief from migraines. Oh, yes, we're going to do that one. So, Sherry, and so I'm going to jump over since I think I lost my window with Cassandra. I'm going to go ahead and Emily, if I can have you unmute.
Hey there.
Hi there.
Hi.
Introduce yourself and let them know where you're tuning in from.
I am Emily Wilson, and I'm tuning in right now from Charlotte, North Carolina, although which is my hometown, and I am here, Kathryn, taking care of my mother, or
Okay.
at least being company to her. She's still in the rehabilitation facility, so she hasn't come home yet. But anyway, I'm here. The
Okay.
family flew me up, and I'm supposed to go back this Saturday. I don't have anything particularly pushing me to head back to Mexico at the moment, but I kind of am trying to set my boundaries as well. So I'm just basically commanding for clarity as to whether I should extend my stay here a little while since my mom still hasn't come home. Maybe I should be here when she does. And then whenever I do travel back, which is planning to be this Saturday, if that's the case, I just hope that I don't get caught in all this chaos that's been going on
Yes.
in the airports and everywhere around the world. So, so I'm
Well,
just
it's matching your inner chaos, right?
yes.
So, Sherry, you're calling me. I'm going to come right back to you. Okay. So, Emily, for one, I don't know how I can absolutely know and trust that I'm going to make the right decision and be supported in that decision.
Yes, very
I
good.
only know that everything is aligning to what's right for me now. and I am fulfilled.
Beautiful.
There you go.
That would be it. And thank you so much. I appreciate what you're doing for us
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
and what we all do for each other.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space. Sherry, I want to tune into you. If you don't want to unmute or whatever, I just want to do a command for you right now. Is that okay?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. As someone who I have them, a lot of times it's related to stress, but like if I like I had weird dry eye, and it turned out it was related to my mascara. And I'm like, I'm losing the whole afternoon. And it was because I couldn't rub like the lid right here to moisturize my eye. It was so weird. But I was having migraines, not just for that, but for other reasons. So right now, I want to just be with you, and I just want to ask permission to just join into your energetic space. Is that okay?
Yes.
If anybody else deals with migraines, is it okay if they join in with us so they can get the healing here?
Of course. Yes.
Okay. So this is going to be counterintuitive, but just stick with me, okay?
Okay.
So first, the master in me greets the master in you, and in this space, let there only be love between us. The healer in me greets the healer in you. And
Mhm.
oh, I love you. I bless you. I lay my gifts before you. I see your hands. I bless your hands. I put my forehead on your feet and I kiss your feet because you are the healer. You are the teacher. And I'm blessed. I am blessed to be of service to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so right now, I am witnessing the healer in you becoming magnified and lifted up. Oh, it's a part of you that knows exactly what to do, has the answer. And so my healer and you, your healer and the healer and every person here, we are all aligning and joining together for the health and wellness of our body. Thank you. And now I'm going to do the 4-part statement, which seems counterintuitive, but stick with me. Sherry gets migraines. Sherry's going to get migraines, and Sherry's going to do everything in her power to create and recreate migraines. And she's going to do all this and more until she no longer needs these migraines. It's just been a little mistake in the programming. Breathe into that. And your brain's going, what the hell do I need migraines for? But there's a part of you that says, hey, I must need this migraine to get my needs met, to be able to have permission to pull away, to be able to get restored and reset. I don't know why she needs it, but I only know that all of Sherry's needs are beautifully met. And it does have to go back with, and here's what I'm getting, that it has to go back to the family programming. Hey, we're the girls. We're always fine to do the work, right? No matter what, women have to show up. And we know all the stories from our grandmothers and great grandmothers, and who, no matter what, they didn't get their needs met. And it had to be pretty bad before they were excused to not have to take something on, right? This is a mistake in the family programming. Okay, so right now, this is literally coming in. I don't know how Sherry and everyone who's on the call, whoever's listening, past, present, future, and her ancestors and everyone who shares her DNA are now released from that program, from that curse, from that obligation, and are free to take care of themselves, to take the time to rest, to be nurtured, to be tended to lovingly and tenderly. And right now, I'm witnessing a direct download from source of unconditional love, of support, coming right down into the brain. It's been saying things are getting tough, must be time to trigger. Things are getting tough. Must be time to breathe and relax. Thank you. Must be time for the greater part of me to step up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can I go ahead and pull that program called In Order to Survive, in order to get along, I have to turn a blind eye, because there's something about that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah, let's get that one out of there. You haven't wanted to deal with it. So literally you've been making yourself blind. I get blinding headaches, right? So we're pulling that program. We're pulling that program about no time for me. And right now we're restoring that beautiful brain function. Thank you. Sinuses, neurology, it's all being supported. It's coming in so fast I can't even speak it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're unwinding, unwinding, unwinding the DNA programming, the family programming, systems and habits that have created this. Rewinding, rewinding, rewinding. Divine health, light, energy, superpower. A whole new sets of skills and resources to come in and support you. Literally putting the right words in your mouth so you can say no or yes or not yet. When I'm ready, you do it. All those words. They're all the right words are coming in for you. And it's all being brought in through love. Yep, it's lifting. I'm feeling it move out of my head. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One of the joys of the kind of healing I do is I get to feel everybody's thing, but I don't feel it to the degree. I get more like the impression. So you're not hurting me. Thank you. I'll zip you up. How'd y'all like that?
Wow.
How's that
Wow.
feel, Sherry?
Thank you.
Oh,
That felt
thank,
amazing. I'm in tears. It was amazing.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Oh, I know it's hard. I know it's hard. It's hard. That's why when I do the 4-part statement and this is happening, it's going to happen. That's how we get limited, because we go, I can't do that because what if I get out there and I get a migraine and I won't be able
Yeah.
to take care of myself, right? There we go.
Thank you
And
so
all the
much.
healers started sending love and light to you and energy. Reiki, you got all of it. We got
Thank
the
you.
Reiki people and quantum healers, and everybody was doing the job. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Woo. Woo. Hey, Remy, are you able to come on camera? Or there we go. I'm just going to have you unmute. Hello. Hey, introduce yourself. Let them know where you're from and what you're commanding for today.
I am Remy and I live in Los Angeles for the time being. And I would be here all day commanding because it's just, I'm a hodgepodger. So I have I'm good at a little bit of everything, but not great at anything. And I just have so much going on, and I think I should do everybody's commands that have went ahead of me. They all make sense.
Yeah.
And I think I need to talk to you too. We need to do a session,
Okay.
Kathryn. But it's just this, and some of the stuff I can't fix because of my chart. It's just so blatant in my chart that every time money comes in right now, something doubling expense comes in and takes it from me.
Yeah.
And the way my chart is and the planets are, it's going to last me for the rest of the year. And it's been going on for 2 years. I finally had that aha, because I'm a great astrologer, but I'm not as great as some. And somebody looked at my chart finally and they're like, oh, you're going to lose everything. And you've been losing everything for 2 years, and you'll build it back, but it's not going to happen. So it's almost like, I guess, peace that I can't fix anything financially at this point in my time, whether that's a thing. I don't know. It's just heart-wrenching and really heart pounding, but it's made my choice to leave California. So
Yeah.
I don't know where yet. It's time to
Okay.
leave.
Yeah. I think you're right about it's time to leave, and you're letting go of everything that was holding you there. So rather
Mhm.
than look at it as loss, I want to invite you to reframe it as releasing. That the
Mhm.
universe says it's time to release all that. You accumulated it for there, right? For this moment. And now we're going to release it, right? So that's one. Change that. I don't know how, and then two, I don't know how I can joyfully embrace this period of my life, this period of transformation. Because, maybe because I was raised by a Depression era grandma, right? And it was, some things are out of your control. We just as well make the best of it. I can just hear my grandmother going, well, you know, what are you going to do? Just make the best of it. Let's sing, right? We have to carry our belongings to the curb. Let's sing while we do it. Let's hold our dignity while we do it. We're going to
Yeah.
laugh and we're going to make the best of it. So I do think the universe is putting you on a pivot, right? And
Yeah.
to go, like stuff is just stuff. So reframe it from loss, because there's no such thing as loss in the universe. And you're always going to have what you need. So even though there may be things I'm releasing and no longer have, I will always have what I need. And we'll bust into, Rolling Stones. I don't always get what I need. Get what I want, but I get what I need, right?
I
But
guess I live with that.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's Rolling Stones. I don't always get what I want. That one. Yeah. All right. But anyway, so I don't know how to joyfully embrace this period and all of its learning and all of its gifts. I only know I do now, and I am fulfilled.
Okay. I think I wrote it right.
Yeah, that's okay. And fulfillment's different than happiness. It's, hey, we're going to take the learning along the way. We're going to see that there's a reason for it, right? And we may not understand now, but we can get it later. But we can know and trust that this is for our good. So I don't know how I joyfully embrace this period of change and release. I only know that my needs are always beautifully and abundantly met. And your needs are literally shifting. But guess what? You do get to determine what your floor is and what your ceiling is. So you can tell the universe, like, look, this is the floor. For me, there are people that their thermostat is set at a certain amount. And I realized the other day, I was like doing a little tapping after we got off the call, and I was like, wow, I let my floor dip way below what's comfortable, right? What I really want. But I'm still doing better than I imagined, right? But so now it's like, well, I don't know how I reclaim the floor, my financial floor. So I don't know how I know and trust that your floor number might be 5,000 a month, 10,000, whatever that is. I don't know how I can stand firm on this financial floor of $10,000 a month or more. I only know it's here now, and I am fulfilled. Because that's what everybody's trying to negotiate. Like, how low can you go?
Yeah, mine's dropped a lot. Like you, Kathryn, my floor has dropped a lot since
Yeah.
the pandemic. It's like awful. And I don't even know how, and people tell me all the time, I don't know how you're doing it alone in LA and you still have a roof over your head. And I'm like, I don't either. I'm always one day away from being in my car. But
Yeah.
and then
go, well, not today.
it's trying to take my car from me. And guess what? LA is trying to take my car from me.
No,
It's so
LA, you can't have it.
it's like come on, that's my next house, maybe. Don't take that away.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And one real quick, but I've been pulling cards this week and all weekend, and every card I keep pulling is letting go of stories. So it's so fascinating. That's been the message all weekend long, and go of that stories and changing it. So
yeah, you have the right to change your story, because remember, like there's this device in storytelling called the unreliable narrator, right? Like Lolita, like we think he's telling us the truth about his story, right? He's not. He's called the unreliable narrator. And so up until now, there's been an unreliable narrator telling you your story and playing it back. But it's your story, and you get to edit it and tweak it, and put yourself, hey, if you're not the leading lady in it, if you're not the hero in it, you can shift yourself and tell the story from the hero role, right? So it's your story. Reframe it however you need to. And it's not like lie to yourself, but there is a certain amount of delusion that we have to embrace in order to really make a change, right? But you know what? I told myself this story. You've heard me tell it, like, oh my God, I'm always so close and I always fuck it up somehow. The universe keeps giving me these wonderful opportunities. I throw it away. And I didn't realize the true story was that I heard the universe and I acted upon it, and I was faithful, even though I didn't know how to receive it, right? That was the true story. So you can actually ask your higher self, what's the true story here? So maybe reframe the story. 2, retell the story. Okay, it's your story, and ask how, tell it the way that you want it to be told. Okay, become the reliable narrator for your own life. Okay, all right, honey, thank you, I love you. And shoot me an email and I'll send you a link. Okay, all right. Leslie, can you come on? I'm gonna go Leslie, and then Larry, and then Margie, because we're just gonna check in, say hello to everybody. If you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. But I'd like you to, introduce yourself to the group, and then where you're from and what you're commanding for. Let's see. I know some folks are doing things. Leslie, are you there? Okay. While you're coming on, Cassandra says, I need a positive life reset, income, home, family, farm, relationships. The dog and the horses are good. Okay. Well, we've been doing resets, haven't we? So think about what your reset would be too, right? Think about what it would be too. Everybody's like, yeah, give me that reset, Kathryn. I'm going to show you a magic point. I'm going to try to stand up and see if I can show it to you. Okay. Bottom of my rib cage, right here, kind of like just right here. Here's my belly button, bottom of my rib cage. Press and find a little sore spot. Press around until you find the sore spot. Press around and you think about, oh, the way things are now, and you don't like it. Ugh. This is a reset button. Did you know that? That's an energetic reset point. So what we're going to do is we're going to reset, then command. Man, now we're just pulling it all out today. We are coming up on the hour. If you need to jump off at 1, go ahead. I'm going to stay on until we're done. Fair enough? Okay. So find that spot. And I just want you to think about, and I want you to get unhappy. Get really, really, really unhappy. Go, oh man, there's not enough money. There's not enough time. This isn't working. I don't know what to do next. Build up the pressure, build it up, build it up. Then I'm going to tell you to reset. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to press in like you're pressing a button. So we're just going to bitch for 10 seconds. This sucks. I hate it. I'm tired of it. I don't have enough money. I don't like where I'm living. It's time to move. I got to go. This is it. 3, 2, 1. Reset, release, press, release, breathe in. Now there's something that is really bothering you, and you're worried that it's not going to change, that you're not able to make it change, that no matter how hard you try, it's not going to work out, that you really don't believe yourself, but you don't believe in yourself. That's really the problem. 3, 2, 1, press. Reset, big breath. Last one. You don't know how to believe that you could really, that this can happen. You literally don't know what beliefs you need to instill, adapt, right, and act upon. You don't know what you should be aligning to, and you don't know what the vision is. I mean, even if it landed here, you would probably miss it. 3, 2, 1, reset, press, release. Ooh. Yeah, guys. Feeling that energy? Now we're going to do the command. All right, ready? Now the command is, I don't know how. I reset my life. I only know I have a brand new life that I love, that I always knew was possible, and I am so grateful now. And just breathe into that, let it go. How are y'all liking that? You like that? You like that reset? That's one of my little secret things I do in one-on-one sessions. Yeah, that's the energetic shift. And then when we do the one command, which we're going to do a deeper one command as a group. I'm just telling you what the command is. We're doing pre-commands. Woof. Okay. I'm hoping Cassandra would have a chance, but I'm going to move on to Larry. Larry, if you're able to unmute or show up on camera, I would love to see you. Let's see. Hey, how are you doing?
Fantastic. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm trying to set this up on a tree right now.
Okay, where are you?
I'm in the Vancouver, BC area.
Oh, my favorite places. I love it. I used to live in Seattle, and as soon as I would cross over the border, it would be like I could breathe. One of my favorite areas to go to.
Yeah, the Pacific Northwest is fabulous.
Yeah, I miss it. I'm in dusty North Texas right now, and it is not pretty at all. Except we do have our beautiful purple sage is blooming right now. What are you commanding for?
I'm commanding to align with my greatest vision and destiny, and
Okay.
to really resetting a new way of looking at business and stepping into business as an awakened master.
Yep. So you know what? The command's real simple. I don't know how I am doing business in the world as an awakened master. And I know, and this is one of my favorite teachings. And I taught this way back when I was in apartments. Like, you have the job you do that you're really suited to, right? And you have the business that serves your mission, right? But you have your real secret business, right? You're an awakened master, and your job is you're going to walk around being Larry, awakening all the masters around you. Like, if you were to ride a bus, and that bus was full, 2 awakened masters would step off the bus behind you because you are such a high vibe. You're never not that. right?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's true. And so I don't know how I create a business that serves my vision, right? And I show up in that business as that awakened master because the world's calling for us, right? They're calling for us to be in business. Oh, hello, honey. My dog just shook her head next to me and startled me. Um, so right now, the commands are going to start coming for that. Okay. And so I don't know how to create a business that serves my because your vision and there's the mission and the purpose. So I don't know how I create an incredible vision, an incredible business that serves my vision, my mission, and my purpose. I only know I am faithfully creating that business now, and I am fulfilled because it's a two-way street. You
Thank
just have
you.
to,
Oh, very powerful.
wow, are you guys getting that vibe? Larry, thank you. Thank
I
you.
love it.
Oh, woo. Thank you so much. So thank you for being on the call and sharing that with us. Did you have anything else that you wanted to ask or add add to this? Oh, I think you froze up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute yours. Are y'all liking this format? Are you liking this where we're going through? Okay, let me see. Margie, I'm gonna ask you to unmute if you can.
Yeah, I can. Hi. Hi, all.
Hi. Let me see if I can see you. All
No,
right.
you can't see me.
No, I'm just gonna hear you, but how in the world are you?
I'm okay. I have a granddaughter now, which I'm thrilled about.
Oh my gosh. Are you still in the Dallas area?
No, I'm in Oakland, California.
Oh, okay. Oh, love it out there. Um, so what are you commanding for?
Well, they say I need a knee replacement, which I do not want.
Okay.
So I am working on a three-pronged attack. I want to find the miracle supplement that will help regrow my cartilage, even though they say you can't do it. I know the body can do it.
Okay.
And I need to lose weight. So I need to find another miracle supplement that's going to help, reduce my appetite.
Okay.
And I'm doing physical therapy. So that's okay. But
Okay.
so that's it. So I need to, as I said, I want to get those other two pillars of the miracle supplements for the regrowing the cartilage and repairing my meniscus, which is also torn because I have bone on bone arthritis. But I
Oh,
know that I can heal this. I know it.
okay.
But I just have to find these things. I do not want an operation. I do not want a knee replacement.
Okay. So be sure and talk to your knee every day. It's like you're healed, you're whole. I love you. Thank you so much. And so today we got to meet the healer in you, right? How did you like that when the healer in you showed up?
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, intellectually, you know, and then you could ask your inner healer, hey, what's needed in order for this to heal? Now, what's very interesting, back when I was teaching angel classes and things, I would tell people just hold the space there. We'd ask, what do they need? And someone had a knee situation and they said, it's so funny because they had never worked anything and they didn't know they were clairaudient. So I'm hearing it sound like gravel in their knee. And we asked the lady, she said, yep, I've got a knee injury and I'm supposed to have the knee replacement and all that. And so we just asked, what does she need? And then we held the vision of what the knee should sound like. What should this knee sound like instead? And she just heard it should be nothing. It should be silent and it should feel soft. And the lady, before there was no, let's create it, the lady went, oh my God, what did you do? And she felt something shift in her knee. So ask the healer, and you can talk to your higher self, the universe. So the command would be, I don't know how My healer knows exactly what my knee needs. I only know my knee has everything it needs to be healed, whole, and healthy now, and I am fulfilled. And so we got the two images, and the minute that next one comes, like, what do I need? And we were in that space, it just created. So
Okay.
I don't know what your knee needs. I only know that you have everything you need now and more, because the knee is borne a lot of the weight off of the hip, and then even off of the opposite foot. There's been this constant adjustment, and you're always the one who's had to move and be flexible, right? And so you've overcompensated a lot in your life for the needs of others, which is what your knee did. So we're going to release your knee from the obligation of overcompensating and invite it to receive everything it needs right now.
Great.
Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. And then we'll do the command for that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. How are y'all liking this healing work? I love doing healing work. I started out, this was really my first call was as a healer, and that's another story for another day. But this is where I come from with everything. So let's do some commands. Let's get over to that. Now we know what we want to create. I just want to remind y'all that, let me get to mine only. There we go. I just want to remind you that there is, I'll put it in the chat, all these links in the chat, but I found two things. One, I found this document that I'm showing you, the 30-day challenge, that you could walk yourself and do a command every day, and you'll see a big change. The other thing that I found was this was a Facebook group that I did, and I'm going to put the links in the chat for everything. Let me do this now. Everyone in the meeting for the original 30-day challenge Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, I'm trying to get those transferred off. It's very hard to get videos off of Facebook, but I don't know how I get them off. Let me copy and paste. Sorry, it's hard to talk and two things at the same time. This is the Facebook group that's the original 30-day challenge. And then let me see if I can find the, oh, no, I will have to, I emailed it out. I'll email it out again if you want it. Oh, I had it as a PDF. Let me find the PDF. I meant to have that pulled out. I apologize. I've been downloading so much stuff. I'm just going to have to look for it, and then I will get it emailed out to everyone. But this is where the original group is. And then if you are on Facebook, I also have, years ago, I did this group called Choose Love Daily, which was a meditation, and where I do the between knowing and not knowing. And every day I got up like at 7 o'clock, and some of these are without makeup, some are with, but I found that group too. And if you wanted to join it, they're both free. They're just on Facebook. And you can tune in to some of those little meditations. They're about 15 minutes long. And I just wanted to let you know, I found the original videos, and that's where they're living right now. I took everything offline, and I took a break for a couple of years, and I'm rebuilding everything. And you know how it is, you look back and you go, I think it's time to update everything. So that's what's going on with me. Let me do daily command, see if I can find that challenge. No, I had it on my daily command challenge. Where is that 30-day challenge action sheet? Here it is. I'm going to save this. I'm going to send it. There it is. Thank you for your patience. All right. So I've got those all in the chat for you. And if you want to book a session with me, I'm going to just put in my, let me put in my email in the chat right here. And then I'll send you an appointment link. Okay. All right. So that's all. This is the free stuff. So if you wanted to be able to just do a deep dive and get tuned in, that's what it is. So we have been formatting our commands. Oh, what a beautiful day. My God, I'm in love with every one of you people right now. Well, I'm theta drunk, y'all. I'm theta drunk. All right. So let's take a breath. Oh, get settled into your body. Now just let yourself close your eyes, center into your body. Let's get grounded. Feel your connection to the earth and the earth's connection to you. And just imagine that that beautiful creative life force energy from the earth is coming up through your body and giving you support as you bring your attention to your heart and you're aligning to your purpose. And right now, I just want to invite you to become aware of everyone who is aligned to you. Past, present, future, people seen and unseen, the ancestors, the ascended masters, everyone are holding a space for you. And in your mind's eye, I just want to invite you to become aware or picture, visualize, or imagine all these levels of support and alignment that are in existence for you. Breathe into them. I want to invite you to also to become aware of this pole of light that is your connection to source mind, and just allow that spiritual life force energy to come down into you. And now with your eyes closed, roll your eyes up as if you're trying to look up to the top of your head and picture, visualize, or imagine that you are sending your consciousness up that pole of light. The higher you go, the faster you go. And soon you find yourself in the velvety black void of space. I just want to invite you to reach out into that darkness and pull it away like a heavy black velvet curtain, revealing the white light of pure, open potential. Eyes still up. You're going to state your command. I don't know how and state what it is you desire. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. Now let your eyes just relax a second. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Just breathe, allow it to happen. You may want to do another command. A follow-up has come up, so I don't know how. It's a supporting command or a follow-up. I only know is so now, and I am fulfilled. Now just let it go. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Here's a command for you. I don't know how. I am now having an incredible conversation with my higher self that is revealing to me the truth of my power, the truth of my worthiness, and exactly how to fulfill my vision of my life on this planet. I only know I am living, moving, breathing that mission. I am living, moving, breathing in that purpose. I am living, moving, and breathing in the fulfillment of that vision now. And I am now activating. I'm calling forth the activation of everything within me, my skills, my DNA, whatever latent programming, gifts that have been laying in wait to be called forth. I am now activating my skills, gifts, and talents for the fulfillment of my vision. now, and I am fulfilled. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. And now just feel yourself coming back down into your body to receive, receive, receive in gratitude and appreciation. And you've already expanded your capacity to receive. So just remember that you are in an expanded capacity to receive and to act upon that new belief. And as this greater state of being arrives, we're just going to let those old beliefs, those old programs, those old stories, we'll just let it go, let it unwind, unwind, unwind. We're speaking literally at the DNA level. Hey, we're releasing those family programs and obligations and curses, all the training, all those decisions, all those thoughts, images, and ideas that kept you stuck. They're all unwinding, unwinding, unwinding. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And now we're just going to allow this greater state of being, this new state of mind, this greater truth, the truth of our power. As we align to that, allow these new ideas, this greater potential to begin to rewind, rewind, rewind. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now think about your command. Think about your situation. And you can open your eyes or keep them closed, but just do a little internal check. When you think about what it was you were commanding for, like this situation, what do you know now that you didn't know before? What's possible now? And we always say, write it down, keep a note, because what'll happen is you'll get this inspiration, you'll get this idea, but then it happens so fast, it's like you're losing a dream. So if you write it down, it's like it's brain writing, but then you can come back to it and remind yourself that this is the mission you're on. And then what's the seventh step? Where you think and act as if it's true, and you just follow your intuition, your guidance, you're just open for that next step. I love this story that Asar tells, that she kept getting the message that it was her father, programming from her father, that was stopping her. And she commanded for that solution to arrive. That was the command. I don't know how this solution arrives that will enable me to release my father's programming that's stopping me and blocking me. I only know it does now, and I am fulfilled. Next day, she gets a call from a guy who says, "Is this Asara Lovejoy?" "Yes." "I'm Bill so-and-so, and I got your number from your chiropractor." "Well, thank you, HIPAA," right? "And he was telling me about you and thought we should meet." "Well, thank you very much." And he said, "I'd like to come by. I've got this little invention and I want to share it with you. I hear you did this kind of work." She says, "Well, I live on Whidbey Island. Nobody just drops by unless you live on the island. But we can make an appointment for tomorrow." And so that meant he drove an hour and a half to the ferry, took the 30-minute ferry, and then drove to her house. And they came and they spent the afternoon, and he had this little magic box, and he took her through the protocol and released all of her family programming. He said, "What do you want to clear?" And she said, "Well, funny enough, this is it." Did the whole thing, was completely released. He said, "Thank you very much for letting me show this to you." Didn't try to sell it to her. Got back in his car. She never heard from him again. Didn't cost her $1. And maybe she gave him some iced tea. That was it. That was all it cost her. But she just had to be willing to say yes. So we don't know how it's going to show up. So she was open and ready for that answer to arrive. I do have one ask for you guys. I am growing this group. I do send the replay through to your email if you're signed up through the Zoom call. If you could please be sure and like and share in the YouTube, I would really appreciate it. And if you're watching this now and you found me because of that, if you could like and share. If you believe this is beneficial, I want to be able to help as many people as possible with this work, and you're a big part of that. And I wanted to say thank you in advance for that. I just want to let you know that I see you, I love you, and I'm so grateful to every one of you. So, my loves. Until next time, this is Kathryn, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye bye, everyone.